Time to eat some tortillas. And we'll actually experience the game now. For realsies. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. Shall take care not to enjoy myself in any event. Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carvalian, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Authored, were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you're in a port. Surely there is a kind of generous soul here, willing to aid you for a price. You cannot be the first travelers seeking passage to Doma. That makes a good point. It's like Yuguri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Authored, assuming they're not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvalian, do you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in the large building just beyond the pier. I'm unfamiliar with that building. Oh, that building. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokaze hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, or reflect. So they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course. Surely you do not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. There's the thought. Thank you, Captain. And may the Navigator watch over you and keep you. Is that Gaston over on the beach? Right then, to the hostelry? After you.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Clearly a weeb.
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Ul'Dah Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
That child going to go drinking. Thought her as a grown-ass woman, just very short. I sympathize with that. My wife is under 5 foot. She's 4'11" and a half. And she is a grown-ass woman. And will, probably be carded at the bar forever. You've never played this game, is she enough? Lalafell, they're very small people. It is true.
I beg your pardon. If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Ul'Dah markets. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugane is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
You might have to put this game on your list. I highly recommend it. One of the best story experiences I've ever had in any game I've ever played is this game. Like, the hard part is actually taking the time to read it, because out of habit in MMOs, you may have the habit of just skipping through every scene, every dialogue option. But if you stop to listen, it's really well written. It just goes and goes and goes. Hey, thanks for the follow, Zivzov. Awesome name. Threw me off though. But yeah, this is a great game, and like as someone mentioned, it's got a really generous free trial. Like, the first nearly 200 hours are free. It's definitely 200 hours if you do side things. Like, I've been sticking to, like, the main story. And so, like, you got nothing to lose if you just want to give the game a try. You must be old Sugarheart, slayer of gods, rider of dragons, savior of Ishgard, stealer of pants. If some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. Did I steal any pants? Like I said, this game is hundreds and hundreds of hours. I probably stole pants at one point. I knew it. May I say, what an honor and pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, good sir. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks. So, if you would be so good as to follow me. Alright. Hub City Tour. Our first stop. Shittin'. He nodded his head exactly when I said that. That poor man. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You're now standing in Ten Konto. Loosely translated, it means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes a reference to the Aetheryte, which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlian, yet I trust its function is identical. Diplomat and a scholar, but wonders never cease. Far Eastern Aetheryte technologies have a long and storied tradition, I assure you. This particular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you'll find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. A tune if you like. I learned a Dokumuri. What is that? Delivers an attack to all enemies in a cone before you. Oh. Recasts 120 seconds. Okay, so like just big damage. And then wait a while before you can do it again.